रेडी? कुछ आउटलाइन देख लेंगे पहले। एक वर्ड आता है फ्री एंड कंपलसरी एजुकेशन। FR लाइन को काटेंगे अल्टीमेट वो अल्टरनेट फॉर्म में, तो क्या पढ़ें इसको? फ्री। और जब फ्री एंड कंपलसरी आए, फ्री एंड कंपलसरी एजुकेशन, एजुकेशन के लिए बड़ा सन लगाएंगे। सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, सेकेंड की थोड़ी सी डबलिंग करके सन लगा दो, सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन। प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, गवर्नमेंट टेक्निकल एग्जामिनेशन, गवर्नमेंट टेक्निकल एग्जामिनेशंस, गवर्नमेंट टेक्निकल एग्जामिनेशंस। आई एम ग्रेटफुल, आई एम में फुल लगा दो, क्या पढ़ेंगे इसको? आई एम ग्रेटफुल। आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू यू, आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू यू। आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल, तो किसकी डबलिंग करेंगे? एम की। आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल, आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू, आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू। आई एम वेरी ग्लैड, आई एम ग्लैड होता तो सिर्फ इतना बनाते, आई एम वेरी ग्लैड है, डबलिंग करके लगा देंगे, आई एम वेरी ग्लैड। आई एम वेरी ग्लैड टू टेक पार्ट, इसी के अंदर आई एम वेरी ग्लैड के अंदर टेक पार्ट लगा दो नीचे, आई एम वेरी ग्लैड टू टेक पार्ट। आई एम हैप्पी, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी, डबलिंग कर देंगे। आई एम हैप्पी टू नो, सेम इसके अंदर आई एम हैप्पी टू नो, एन लगा देंगे। आई एम हैप्पी टू नो दैट, आप चाहो तो इसमें दैट लगा लो, नहीं तो इसी के अंदर दैट को ओमिट भी किया जा सकता है। आई एम हैप्पी टू नो दैट, या फिर आप यहां पे भी दैट लगा सकते हो। एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर नाउ, एंड आई एम ग्लैड, आई एम ग्लैड में एंड लगा दो इसी के अंदर, एंड आई एम ग्लैड। आपने लिखना है एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट, दैट लग जाएगा। एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू, एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर नाउ, एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर नाउ। फ्रेजोग्राफी की ज्वाइनिंग डिक्टेटर के ऊपर डिपेंड करती है कि वो वर्ड को कैसे डिक्टेट कर रहा है। आई एम ग्लैड बोल दिया तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप आगे के कंटेंट का वेट करोगे, बस आई एम ग्लैड बनाओगे, आगे कंटेंट आगे बनेगा। लेकिन उसने एक साथ रिदम में 100 की स्पीड पे चल रहा है, 120 की स्पीड आएगी इसमें, 120 से कम नहीं आएगी अगर इकट्ठा यहाँ तक बोलेगा। यहाँ तक का आपका 100 110 तक की स्पीड होगी आराम से। आई एम ग्लैड जाएगा, आई एम वेरी ग्लैड जाएगा तो 100 तक की स्पीड होगी। और आई अलग बोल रहा है, एम अलग बोल रहा है, ग्लैड, तो ये सब चीज़ें 80 पे रहती है। लेकिन फ्रेजोग्राफी की डिक्टेशंस के टाइम पे जब वो बोलता है तो डिक्टेटर के ऊपर ही डिपेंड करता है कि वे फ्रेजोग्राफी में लिखे जाएंगे, इंडिविजुअल लिखे जाएंगे, या फ्रेजोग्राफी लंबी जाएगी एक साथ, वो डिपेंड करता है। वो आपके हाथ में नहीं होता। और आपको कभी ऐसा भी नहीं करना होता कि वेट करनी होती है डिक्टेटर की, कि वो बोलेगा तब मैं यहीं से आगे आपने लिखी। उसने जैसे बोला आई एम ग्लैड बोला, आई एम वेरी ग्लैड बोल दिया, आई एम ग्लैड दैट, तो दैट तक का रुक जाएंगे। आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू, तो यहां तक यू तक जाके रुकेंगे। आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर नाउ, एक साथ बोल दिया वहां तक का, तो वहां तक बना देंगे। तो पेंसिल रिदम में चलनी चाहिए आपकी। और फ्रेजोग्राफी आपकी स्पीड में एज ए इन्फ्लुएंसर काम करती है। अगर आपको ग्राम लोग अच्छे से याद है, आपको फ्रेजोग्राफी को लेकर धीरे धीरे कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा। और वो कब आएगा? जब आप उसकी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे। ठीक है, 100 की स्पीड विदाउट फ्रेजोग्राफी नहीं लिखी जाती अच्छे से। 80 की स्पीड आप 1 to 1 पढ़ करके भी लिख सकते हो। आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर नाउ, आराम से 80 लिख लोगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, सिंगल सिंगल वर्ड को लेके 90 तक भी लिखा जाता है। लेकिन थोड़ी बहुत फ्रेजोग्राफी की ज्वाइनिंग, जैसे अगर 100 है तो आई एम ग्लैड तक एक साथ बनाना आना चाहिए। 3 की फ्रेजोग्राफी, 3 से 5 की फ्रेजोग्राफी, कई बार 7 वर्डों तक की फ्रेजोग्राफी आपको यूजफुल रहती है। प्रैक्टिस के लिए मैं आपको सेट दे रहा हूँ, इसके लिए फ्रेजोग्राफी के लिए जब मैं वेडनेसडे को सेट देता हूँ, उसके अंदर आपका जो ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए कि उनको जब प्रैक्टिस कर लो तो इकट्ठी फ्रेजोग्राफी भी डिक्टेशन ले लो। बाकी मैं थोड़े बहुत फ्रेजोग्राफी डेली बेसिस बता रहा हूँ। अगर आपको लगता है अडोप्टेबल है, अडोप्ट करो, रिजिड नहीं है, कंपलसरी नहीं है। अगर अडोप्ट करते हो तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं करते हो तो अगर जो आप बनाते हो वो बनाओ, पर जो बना रहे हो वो सही बनाओ और उसको सही पढ़ो। लिखेंगे, पहले कुछ वर्ड लिखेंगे जो मैं डिक्टेट कर देता हूँ, उसके बाद 100 पे, फिर 80 पे। और जो डिक्टेशंस आपको यहाँ बोली जा रही है यूट्यूब पे, वो आपको यूट्यूब से सीधा टाइप कर सकते हो सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर 3p program.steno18.in पे जाके। इसमें जब आप लॉगिन करेंगे तो इसमें दोनों सेट मिल जाते हैं, 80 और 100 पे विद कोमा। अगर आप 80 100 पे पहले अच्छा लिख लेते हो जाकर टाइप कर सकते हो, बाकी 80 डिक्टेशन आप बाद में भी ले सकते हो। आप डिक्टेशंस आपको उससे लेने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है सॉफ्टवेयर से, सॉफ्टवेयर में हालांकि पड़ी हुई है, लेकिन डिक्टेशंस जो रिलेवेंट है वो यूट्यूब की डिक्टेशन रिलेवेंट है उसके साथ में। लिखो, फ्री एंड कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन, सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, गवर्नमेंट टेक्निकल एग्जामिनेशंस। I am grateful. I am grateful to you. I am very grateful. I am very grateful to you. I am very glad. I am glad. I am very glad to you. I am very glad to take part. I am happy. I am very happy. I am happy to know. I am happy to know that. And I am glad. And I am glad that. And I am glad that you are now. डिक्टेशन लिखेंगे पहले 100 पे। Start it. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, before I say anything about defense, I would like to congratulate the Home Ministry on the splendid work it has done in connection with the improvement of the conditions of the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. The present Home Minister and his ministry are not spending money on good schemes as used to be done in the past. They have got very many schemes and those schemes are really worth spending lot of money. They are really for the benefit of these communities. I was going to ask the Home Ministry to set up a separate fund for the construction of houses for these communities, since the ministry concerned with housing had completely neglected this problem which is facing these communities. Even the Planning Commission in the last 5-year plan has not done much in this regard. I think even in the 10th 5-year plan, there is no definite plan for providing housing facilities for the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. But since the housing minister has promised that he is going to constitute a board to go into these things, I do not think there is any need for me to stress this point anymore. About the board which is going to be constituted, I would definitely like to say a few words. This board, I believe, is going to consist of some members of the Harijan community and also a number of members belonging to non-Harijan communities. In any case, I would very much like that this board, which will of course function under the Home Ministry, should have as its chairman a non-Harijan. I want to stress this point because I know that in some of the states where the portfolio of Harijan welfare is given to a Harijan minister, he is not able to do his work properly. It is not because he cannot do it. It is not that he is not efficient enough to do it, but because everything he speaks about the welfare of scheduled castes and measures to be taken to improve their conditions, he is generally looked down by the other members of the cabinet as a communalist. If the same thing is done by a member belonging to a non-Harijan community, he will be considered to be doing a national service. Therefore, the chairmanship should go to a non-Harijan. The 10th 5-year plan, I understand, is going to be an industrial plan. Many industries are going to be established in this country. Therefore, I feel it my duty to say that the ministries concerned with heavy industries should take proper care in setting up new industries in places which are not very well developed. For instance, if a heavy industry is set up only in one state, all the ancillary factories crop up in that particular state and the benefits are derived only by the people of that state. Even in the case of employment in those factories, it is always observed that the people belonging to that particular state get the preference and the people belonging to other states do not get any benefit out of it. Therefore, the ministry should take proper care to see that these heavy industries are located in such places that they cater not only to one particular state but can also cater to more than one state. For instance, if a factory is located in the center of a state, the benefits of it will be derived only by the people of that particular state. There is a factory in Chennai, the Parambar coach factory, which is producing coaches, that is located in the heart of the city of Chennai. It cannot help the people of either Andhra or Kerala. If the same factory were to be located on the borders, there may be so many ancillary industries, feeder industries in Andhra or in Kerala, because it is located in the heart of the city of Chennai. Only the people of that state could make any profit out of it. Therefore, I appeal to the ministry concerned to take proper steps to locate the future industries in such places so that they could be of help not only to one state but be of help to more than one state. In Hyderabad, there is a place which produces thermal power, but there are no industries to make use of that power. Repeated requests have been made by the government of Hyderabad, but the ministry at the center is not at all taking any notice of it. I think if a factory to produce electrical goods or a small fertilizer factory or a small engineering factory were to be located at that particular place, that will be able to cater not only to the Hyderabad state but also to Andhra and other places as well. Therefore, it is necessary that steps should be taken to see that heavy industries are located not in one particular state but on the borders of states. Under the 12th five-year plan, the government want to start junior technical institutes, but so far the education department is not in a position to know what type of junior technical institutes are going to be established in the country. Every time we ask the education department to furnish us with details of their schemes, the reply we get from the education ministry is that some officer of the department has been sent abroad to study this question, and only when he returns from abroad will they be able to finalize the thing. An officer of the education department has been sent to study these institutions in France. I think he must have spent 4 or 5 months in France, but the reply that the education ministry has given is that he could not study the entire scheme and he wants some other officer to be deputed to study. As I said before, under the 12th five-year plan, we are to start junior technical institutes, but so far the education department is not in a position to give even the correct information to those private agencies which are there ready to start these schools. Therefore, I request the education department not to sleep over things but to take very active steps in collecting the necessary information and in helping the private agencies who want to start these institutes in this country. ये 100 की स्पीड है, फ्लक्चुएशन 110 तक का है, 1050 के आसपास प्लस वर्ड है, 80 पे लिखेंगे, फुल स्टॉप वगैरह गैप दिया जाएगा, उसको गैप वगैरह फुल स्टॉप पुट करेंगे जब लिखेंगे, कॉमा टाइप करते टाइम लिखना है आपको. Ready? Start it. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I rise to lend my support to the budget proposals of our new Finance Minister, Sri C. Subramaniam. Before taking up this particular responsibility in the center, he was for many years in charge of the finances of the Tamil Nadu state, and he then made a name for himself as one who has a grasp of the intricacies of public finances and also an ability to tackle the problems of public finances with boldness and imagination. These qualities, I am glad to say, are very much reflected in the proposals which are before us. What I particularly like about the budget proposals this year is this. They reveal the sincere approach of the government to achieve increased production, industrial as well as agricultural, which alone could improve the much deteriorated economic situation in the country. Achievement of this objective is the only answer to bring down the prices. As long as shortages exist and as long as industrial production deteriorates, the prices would be spiraling, having worst effect on the life of the people, particularly the lower income groups. I am glad that the Finance Minister has taken care to achieve this objective in making large allocations for agriculture and food production. The real and difficult task is not in making allocations for the plants, but in putting them through. In my mind, it appears that both the central and state governments are launching ambitious plans which our economy cannot bear. Instead of taking up too many projects, we should confine ourselves to a few projects and complete them in record time. By doing so, we would not only be saving a lot of money in establishments, but would be able to reap the fruits sooner to enable us to proceed further. In this connection, I also wish to make an appeal to the central government through you, sir, that it should identify certain important projects as national projects and allot more money for their early completion. Although we had attained independence nearly 40 years ago, we are still depending upon food imports. We seem to have spent about 4 to 500 crores during the last year on the import of food grains. It is indeed a very unhappy and unsatisfactory situation in which we are still placed. Instead of spending hundreds of crores on food imports, and that so too in the form of scarce and valuable foreign exchange, why not we complete those of our projects already under execution? For instance, our Nagarjun Sagar project in Andhra Pradesh had been taken up in the year 2006 and still it is incomplete. We have no money to complete the canals. The original estimate to complete this project was 90 crores, whereas we have already spent rupees 190 crores due to the inordinate delay and price spiral year after year. Every year, a meager sum of about 5 to 10 crores of rupees is allotted for this project by the state government, out of which 5 to 6 crores go for the salaries of the staff working in the project and canals divisions. The present estimate is that we still need rupees 140 crores to complete this project in its entirety, when another 10 lakhs of acres would come under cultivation. Our Chief Minister has offered to give 9 to 10 lakh tons of rice to the central pool every year, in case the center provides a special aid of at least rupees 100 crores. The center, I believe, will therefore be wise to accede the repeated requests of our Chief Minister to consider the Nagarjun Sagar project as a national project and allot more funds outside the plan. I do not mean that only the Nagarjun Sagar project should be helped by the center. Other important projects too, which could be identified as national projects, should be taken care of to enable the country to be self-sufficient in the matter of food. Likewise, the power problems should also be tackled on a national scale. The recent coming into operation of regional grids is a welcome development. All steps should be taken to bring into being a national grid as soon as possible, instead of wasting our monies and energies in starting a large number of power units here, there, and everywhere. We should concentrate on 3 or 4 super thermal stations utilizing our immense reserves of coal. This would free us from the anxieties associated with the vagaries of rainfall and enable us to meet the ever growing requirements of power for our industry and agriculture. Before I pass on to other matters, I would like to say a few words on a thing which is agitating the minds of the people of Andhra Pradesh very much. For a long time now, they have come to believe that they could not achieve real industrial progress unless a steel project is located inside their state, which should be financed by the center. 80 की स्पीड है, फ्लैक्चुएशन 85 तक का है, 840 के आसपास वर्ड है. अगर अच्छा लिखा है तो आप जाके टाइप करेंगे. ये SSC C&D ग्रेड के नाम से मिलेगा आपको, सेट नंबर 41 यूट्यूब @80 इस वाले यूआरएल पे. और अगर आपने इनमें से कोई भी अच्छी लिखी तो आप सीन कंटेंट के लिए उसका डिक्टेशन रूम पे जाएंगे, उसको मैं लगवाता हूँ. फिर वेडनेसडे तक फुल सेट सबमिट करना है आप.